For today's episode, we have Dr. Shugufta Feroz with us. She's the founder and chairperson of Pakistan Association of Lifestyle Medicine, another pioneer among us. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Faiza, for giving me this opportunity to talk to you.
Oh, I really appreciate you being here today. So, please tell us a little bit about yourself and how your journey began in lifestyle medicine.
Okay, so my primary qualification is family medicine. So I'm a primary care physician. But after about 10 to 12 years of practicing this drug-based medicine, I started getting little frustrated because a lot of my patients who were having chronic disorders, they were not getting fixed, or I was facing quite a lot of, questions or guilt. I started feeling guilt that what I am doing to them, that they are not getting better. So about, I think, 15 years of doing this practice. So this is not a small period. Then I started looking for something which would have answered my questions, and I landed into a online PhD from Clayton College in holistic nutrition. So, holistic nutrition gave me a broader perspective about the role of food in health and disease. And then my journey started, and I kept on doing different qualifications. Second PhD in integrative medicine. Then I did my fellowship from University of Arizona in integrative medicine. And finally, I landed into lifestyle medicine and did my this board certification in lifestyle medicine. So actually, the quest was I was trying to find the root cause of a disease, and I was trying to find the source of healing. So this is what I was trying to look for. And I very confidently can say now that after going through this intellectual or academic journey, I'm blessed. I'm blessed that I have better knowledge about patient disease and healing now.
Sounds wonderful, but it takes someone to be that conscientious to understand that what I'm doing is not working. Because from my personal experience, I did a coaching program at Harvard Medical School, and I
Mhm.
saw that they were mostly cardiologists there. And they would say that, you know what, the advancements are all in how to control the symptoms, but we're not born with cardiovascular diseases. So where is it
Yes.
coming from? Where is the research? Where is R&D? And what is causing it? And it's research shows that we're getting younger and younger into this. You know, something that would
Yeah.
start at 60, 65, or a certain lifestyle. See that a 45-year-old would have it, and there would be
Yeah.
apparently no causes for it. So unless there
Mm.
was this holistic or therapeutic system, you would not figure it out. So wonderful.
Yeah.
I think this is amazing that you started on this. Specific to my research for autoimmune disorders, in your
Yeah.
experience working with clients who have autoimmune disorders, how
Mm.
does stress tend to influence their symptoms, coping capacity, and overall well-being?
If I share with you, we know that there are multiple causes for autoimmune disorders, especially the genetic predisposition and immune system and environmental factors. But my observation is that stress plays a very important role. And I talk about, this is a very specific characteristic of the history taking of lifestyle medicine, that we do talk about past medical history. And past medical history talks about emotional traumas. And I have found that childhood history, teenage history is normally most of the patients with autoimmune, they have some kind of traumas in their life.
Mm,
And that has led to the disturbance in the system, which is called PNI, psycho-neuro-immunology. So
yeah.
stress is there. But the beauty of our system is, the beauty of human body is that stress can be managed bi-directionally. I mean, if somebody is negative, yes, the autoimmune disorder will flourish. If somebody is working hard to convert his or her negative emotions into positive emotions, the same disease cycle will break. Sooner or later,
Interesting. Okay.
yes, yes, this is what I do, and I get amazing results.
This is so wonderful because this is the first time I've heard it. Yesterday too, I
Yeah.
was looking on my website and it says like manageable, not curable. And I was like, How do you write something like that? So I corrected it to manage may not be curable but manageable, but you cannot give it such a firm statement that you cannot cure it at all. But I think it's one of those things with like every other illness that you do not hope for it to go away. You have to actively work on healing and look for the sources. So for
Yes.
me, that is the quest that I want to reach out and see that what can you do.
Mhm.
When we are positively motivated, we end up doing much more than what we signed up for. So we
Okay.
have to work that way as well. So what therapeutic or coaching techniques do you find most effective in helping clients regulate stress while living with autoimmune conditions?
Okay. Definitely motivational interviewing is the basic tool.
Okay.
Active listening is very important. Active listening is very important. You have to give an impression to your patient or client that he or she has to mention everything about their life. This catharsis also helps in healing. Let me define the difference between healing and treatment here before we proceed.
Sure.
Treatment is without within. We put
Okay.
something into the body to manage or treat or for remission. We are giving something from outside. But healing is without within. So
Okay.
it is within without. It is vice versa. The healing is coming from inside.
Okay.
Treatment is going from outside to the inner of the body, right?
Yes.
And healing does not have limits. It doesn't have limits.
Mm.
Sometimes when I start working on a patient, with my medical mind, I have limited range of that patient getting better. I think, oh, okay, that I think he'll get only 30% better, but the patient gets about 70% better
Mm.
because the healing is activated.
Okay.
Patient has got very strong faith. Patient
Okay.
has turned his or her psyche into a positive psyche. So we get amazing results. So we are just the mediator to work
Okay.
on patients. Patient is really the active person who is working with us. And as you know, that in coaching
Absolutely.
science, we are supposed to be sitting on the passenger seat and patient sits on the driving
Yes,
seat.
absolutely. Because we know that as coaches, that people know where they want to be. You just have
Yes,
to clear the way
yes,
for them and to,
yes,
from the noise that they are sitting in at that time, just clear the noise
exactly.
and direct them to what is actually their goal. But sometimes, yeah,
Yeah,
we all need a little navigation in our lives where somebody tells you from
yeah.
outside that listen, you would be better at this place. Sounds wonderful. Yes. Um, do you recommend any structured programs, practices, or environments that you believe are most helpful for helping individuals with autoimmune disorders to manage stress and
Okay.
improve quality of life?
Okay. The program which I offer, which is called Swipe, it is based on the principles of chronomedicine. What is
Okay.
chronomedicine? It is circadian rhythm. If one is supposed to sleep at night, you
Yes.
have to sleep at night. If
Mm-hmm.
one is supposed to get up early in the morning and he or she needs to take breakfast within 1 hour of getting up, you have to do that. So, chronomedicine simply connects us to the natural rhythms happening around us.
Okay.
So, what I do when I start working on a patient, especially of autoimmune disorder, first I fix their food on the principles of circadian rhythm. I see a lot of patients, they are having their breakfast in noon, I mean at 12 or 1 in the morning. So,
Yeah.
the gap between the time you wake up and the time you
Mhm.
consume your breakfast is the time where your immunity drops. So
Okay.
I fixed their timings. Number one, this is the strongest tool which I use, and because you have to make your patient understand that they have to follow the correct timings. When they start following the correct timings, which falls under the category of chrononutrition as well. So when they follow the correct timings, they get energy to follow what other instructions I am going to give to them.
Okay.
Because initially, if I tell them, no, you have to start thinking about yourself, consume more time for your exercise. So they look at me with blank eyes and they say, oh, she doesn't know what the hell I'm going through. So
Yes.
ideally, so when I organize their food, the
Yes.
absorption and assimilation of food is optimized. When
Hmm.
the absorption of food is optimized, that individual gets a lot of energy to work on himself. So,
Wonderful. Yeah.
food programs,
Okay.
then I promote laughter therapy. I do tell
Okay.
them,
Okay.
yeah, yes. I tell them to watch comedy programs minimum for 15 minutes.
Okay.
Then, if they have got an inclination for religion, I do advise them to listen to Surah Rahman.
Okay.
If they are religious, I do tell them to recite the Sharif.
Okay.
And definitely, yeah, definitely exercise. 20 minutes of walk is compulsion for them. So I don't listen to any excuses and always tell them. I just use a terminology wall to wall. They say no, the weather is very. I mean, it's very hot outside. I
Yes.
tell them, okay, start walking in your room. Start from one wall of your room to the other
Mm-hmm.
wall. But there is no excuse for omitting the walk. The walk, and sleep is very important. And besides these factors, which are the factors of actually lifestyle medicine, recently I have started doing Zoom consultations,
Okay.
Zoom group consultations.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm surprised. I was expecting that the patients might not be happy because they might be looking for my exclusive time with them.
Yes.
But I talk with the group and they are happy. They, besides the patients, a lot of other silent listeners are there because they want to learn about their ailments.
Yes.
So group sessions, they are excellent way of convincing because in a group, the patients
Um,
are at different levels of healing. Suppose I remember, I think 2 weeks ago, I had 5 or 7 psoriasis patients. Na? So
Okay.
one was starting the treatment, two were to have started this program, I think 1 month ago. So they were sharing their experiences with the patient who was recently enrolled. So
Okay.
group sessions are excellent. They are helping my patients a lot, and I'm learning on them too.
Yes, I think people learn from each other as well because a lot of
Yeah,
things are, I mean, here is a common terminology that I need a gym buddy. It's difficult for me to go by myself if I had someone. So I think
yeah,
there has to be that kind of support as well. But I feel that people who get dependent on this kind of support need to be a little bit more independent as well. That of course you need the
yeah,
support, but you should be able to maintain it yourself. But I think that um, there's this barrier I feel, especially in autoimmune, that they feel that this, because of this project, I've interviewed many patients, and
yeah,
it would be difficult to convince them that because
yeah,
walk and food seem such easy ideas for a huge
yeah.
autoimmune, somebody who's having an RA flare up,
Mm,
they want something more robust. But you,
mm,
so
I-
as humans, I think we've lost that patience that we want quick fixes. So
mm,
this hasn't developed overnight. So this would not go away overnight either. So
mm,
the training or convincing them that things
mm.
require time and patience. Whoever was convinced with that, I think they benefited a lot. But that is the
Yeah,
only thing that I noticed with lifestyle medicine, that it doesn't at the face value sound very convincing that what 20 minutes of
yeah,
walk would fix what. But
yeah, yeah.
hopefully,
So
this
my
book
approach
catches
is,
on.
you're right. You're absolutely right, Faiza, very right. Now, because when we say generally just we are going, I mean, sitting in a social gathering, and if we say that no, lifestyle medicine will help you in
Yes.
managing or sometimes reversal also or remission. These are the three terminologies which we can use.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but they look blankly at us. How come lifestyle medicine? Then I have to tell them lifestyle medicine addresses the root cause.
Cause. And it
It
is
is,
science backed. It's evidence backed. It's not like,
yes,
as at home,
no,
mom says
no,
that, don't have cold water, which is, it's
exactly.
just, we feel that these were the recommendations, which are good for you to
Yeah,
do it, but it doesn't have a substantial effect when I have a diagnosed condition.
yeah,
But,
yeah.
it starts from
So for
somewhere.
me, in order to connect with the patient, I don't talk about their disease, frankly. I don't talk
Okay.
initially. In the first appointment, I don't talk exactly to the disease, what will happen to the disease. I just tell them, look, these are the causes because I know all of them, their dietary discipline is very bad. So I point them that you are not eating properly, you are not sleeping well, you are not happy, you are carrying a lot of internal stress. So this is how I connect with my patients. And when I point their root causes, they start believing me. Oh, she said
She
she's
said
right.
exactly. She didn't know. I
Yeah.
didn't tell her. I get it.
Yes, yes.
People from our
So
tradition, the
from
biggest.
there,
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, from there they develop trust. And then I tell them, okay, let's try. Let's try. And these systems which a structured program which I have used to introduce, they are very powerful. They are very powerful. I have experienced that within maximum 2 to 3 weeks, there is some kind of change which they start experiencing. And well-being is the number one symptom, which all of them tell me that we
Yes,
are feeling good now.
feeling good,
We are
right?
feeling good. So the feeling of well-being itself becomes a stimulus for them to
True.
follow.
Yes,
Yes.
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 So right. I had my Hala staying with me over Ramadan this year, and we go to gym regularly. So we had got the membership as well, and I could see the swiftness in her movements, and she was
Yeah.
fasting, and she had so much energy. Like, we don't want to make fruit chart because it takes so long, and she would just had all this. So I was telling her, I said, Do you feel it?" And she was telling me that back in Lahore, everything becomes so hard because it's the weather and everything. I think it's not that. It's because you feel so agile, so
Yeah.
energetic because you're going to the gym every day. And a lot of
Yes.
people still I know that in Ramadan they would stop workout. 20 minutes
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
walk, you would
Yeah.
do this, right? What is that harming?
Yes.
And another thing
Yeah.
that before, inshallah, we complete, people from our culture, is so difficult for them to leave desserts.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
our desserts, I mean, think about it, that the concentration of oil, sugar, everything in it. I mean,
Yes.
here you see the dessert, okay, fruit salad, you would have, let's say, maybe
Yeah.
whipped cream on top of it. But there's some
Yeah.
fruit somewhere, right? So that's really interesting. But yeah, we can, we cannot
Yes.
expect changes overnight. Thank you so much for your time. This was such an interesting discussion. And hopefully,
Thank you.
we get to see each other soon. Have a
Thank you
wonderful
very
day.
much. It was lovely talking to you.
It was lovely
So,
talking to you. Thank
all the
you.
best wishes for your project, whatever you are planning for.
Thank
Thank you.
Thank you so much.